There, are you happy? I'm blaming you. No, it's not your fault. I don't. What the heck? How could how could it even be streaming nothing? How does the stream just sound? That's just crazy talk, man. I don't understand, man. It's just weird. All right, so that means I've got to log out on this so I can see. But what's nice is this one doesn't shut off. At least it hasn't. I should be able to. Hold on here. Once I'm logged on here, should. There we go. Okay, there. There. It's all up and up, all up and at 'em. Okay, back to painting. Back to painting. Let's see if I can actually do something. I think my light might be dying. It's a little. He's not at his best either. Just gonna paint his sword a little bit. His weird, crooked-looking sword. I'm gonna do something different with this sword. I'm gonna give it a red hue. I'm gonna have his sword be reddish. So then, in order to do that, I'm gonna put on some red ink. So much for the idea of simulcasting. I looked online. I go, why can't I simulcast? And then all I saw were things on this is how you simulcast, and everybody's doing it. And I'm like, okay, well then I'll go try it. So blame the internet. The internet said I could do it. I want red. I want red, man. Do we have a red? Maybe I don't have a red. Strong tone. Red. Flesh washed. I want flesh washed. There's a red tone. Here we go. So, how to use what? You just said don't use it. Why would I use it if it's not going to work? See, I'm going off in three directions. Okay, so I was going to mention. That I bought these things from a guy who made these for HeroClix. These are the original HeroClix. Way back when. That's how old they are. I bought them all from him, and I actually found lots of other reasons to use them, and I started marketing them to do that. And I've been selling quite a few of them. Now lately, not as much because again, I'm not a marketer. Marketing is a 24/7 thing. Well, it's a 26/52 thing. You have to market weekly. I don't think you have to market daily. If you can afford to market daily, great. But if you can market weekly at least, keep your stuff in people's eye and mind. You'll be successful. I don't market daily. I don't market weekly. I barely market semi-annually. And then I ask myself, gee, Ken, how come your stuff, nobody knows about it? Don't know. Is there a clue? Give me a clue. Yeah, here's a clue. Because you don't tell anybody about it. So I'm trying. This is the ice case. These are awesome. They do everything you could possibly want to do for miniatures. They carry your paints. They display your minis. They transport your minis. They're configurable. They grow with your collection. They are amazing. And these are ID rings that you can put on the base of minis. Now, unfortunately, they don't actually fit very many minis these days. So what's nice about these things, though, yeah, I'm not even using it now. What you're seeing now is just me using Twitch. I got to figure out how to use YouTube. The other option is to simulcast by way of cheating and having two setups. But I don't know how I would do that because I don't have enough cameras for that. That would be kind of cool. I'll have a camera here, and a camera here, and a camera there, and a camera there. And one set up on two different computers. And Mars gets set, go, stream. And then I'll just pretend like I'm be simulcasting. What a pain in the rear that would be. There'd be a lot of cameras. Good time to do some massage. Bottle shaking 101. Sit down on a massage gun and give your muscles some relaxation. This shoulder was really sore from this morning's workout. It's just, it's not sore, like I said, it's not the injury thing, it's just muscles are super tight. From those presses and the weird deltoid lateral raise. Now, this is a new massage gun. Our other one died. Our old one, just the battery stopped charging. And we liked it so much, it's not the same brand, obviously. Once one dies, it loses my favor. So we bought a different one. We wanted to replace the battery, but apparently they don't have one. Actually, that company that was making it don't even exist anymore. So okay, so they say when you shake up a bottle, it needs some shaking. About 2 minutes. I think it's good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks not too bad, man. See, I'm still haven't started anything. This is my problem. I'm really bad at actually. See, I'm sore enough that when I try to shake this with my hand, my wrist and my shoulder kind of like, oh god, what are you doing to me? But this one's ink, so it's a lot thinner. Less work to shake it. Ooh, you know what? I shake the wrong thing. I was gonna shake the silver, and I shook the steel, which is darker. I kind of wanted a lighter one. It's alright. Might use them both anyway. Kind of need both anyway. So the dark one will do the shade, the shadows and stuff. And the light one. The light one will do the highlights. So I'm really going for kind of a metallic red. That's why I'm going to blend my red ink into the silver to see what that gives me. Just gotta play with it and see what you can get. I charged this for 6 hours. I think I charged it for like 4, but it was 99 out of 100. So I'd imagine that means it's charged enough. So, has nothing to do with painting. I'm sorry, I gotta shake this bottle over. So you get what conversation I have available for you when I'm shaking bottles. So I finally sold my old skirmisher case that I used to sell for this guy back before my X cases got going. Mage cages. Back when they were still called mage cages. And I had one just sitting around, these big old skirmish packs. They look like basically the war gamer ones. I don't know, I forgot what they're called. Battle Foam. Now, Battle Foam, they're the guys I consider like my nemesis, my arch enemy, the competition. who I really believe if I could get like Adepticon or somewhere that they're at to put me right next to them, I think I could kick their butt. Assuming I had product to sell. But I'm always the little guy. They're pretty big, so they pay bajillions of dollars to sit in the middle of the hall. And little guy gets to sit in the back corner of the hall and maybe see 2/3 of the people they see. And oh God, it's so annoying to be at these conventions with my product and have people come up to me and go, "Oh, dude, these are really cool. I wish I hadn't already bought from Battle Foam." And I just look at them and go, "What do I say?" It's not their fault that they stuck me in the corner, but freaking A. You know, there's a rule. You don't buy, you complete the entire haul before you buy anything. Because there's probably some better, cooler storage cases out there than the ones in the middle of the hall. I go to my website and say, "Hey, I'm going to be at this convention. Check it out. Come visit." That's my campaign. Told you, man, I'm not a marketing guy. That's not my thing. It takes too much time. I have a full-time job. I work 35 to 45 to 50 hours a week. And I have 4 kids, a wife. I have a house that needs to be maintained. I have hobbies that must be given their attention because they are what keep me sane. It's the probably, but you know what? Campaigns are expensive if you're not doing it yourself. I've tried, trust me. I've hired marketing people, and they are not cheap. And the question is, if I spend $3,000 on marketing, that means I need to sell about 300 cases to make $3,000. Now, I have sold that many at a convention before, but it's been a while. When I went to Reaper, I was selling probably about 300 cases. But there was no competition there, just me. And when I go to things like Adepticon, there's lots of competition. There's like 2 or 3 other people selling cases. And it's a lot more expensive to go. And taking that many cases, that's a lot of cases to take with you to the convention. And it's not cheap. And then you gotta decide, how many do you take with you so you could sell out? Because you want to sell out so you don't have to ship it back. I'm not doing any events. Until I have product, I can't go to an event. I can't tell people I have this product in 2 years. I have done the go to conventions just to market thing. And yes, you can get some marketing. It works, kind of, sort of. But the cost of the convention is so high, I just can't afford to go to them. I can't afford to go to conventions just to market. Because you don't make any money. And it's not worth, it's just, yeah, I can't do it. I used to do it, I don't do it anymore. I'm not putting, my company made back all the money I spent, but it took a long time. And as a result, and since then, I'm of the point of, not gonna put that debt on myself again. Now I gotta come out ahead in the first place. Yeah. Active Games. Active Gamer, same thing. But I do all of my YouTube stuff on there. I put all my videos and what the product does and all that. I put it all under Active Gamer. Actually, it might be Active Games. I have both, you know. I actually have an Active Minds Games and my personal Active Minds Gamer, which is attached to Active Minds Games. But it's not. Hey, look! I'm going to put some paint on it. Yeah. Oh, Active Minds. No, not just for the product, just for my business. Yes, Active Minds Games. But no. Active Minds Gamer. That's why I use that name, because my business is Active Minds Games. So Active Minds Gamer is the figurehead for Active Minds Games. So yeah, I'm a figurehead. I'm the face of the business, man. I am the business. But yeah, I may have. I don't remember. I think you're right. I may actually have a web YouTube that's just Active Minds Games. I don't know. Go look up Active Minds Games on YouTube. Tell me what I have. You can see all the videos that are attached. But since I'm the one doing them all, I might as well do them on Active Minds Gamer. And then I link them all. And then I have a Facebook page that is Active Minds Games. And that's kind of where the majority of my business following is. I have like 250 followers on Facebook on my business page. Now that's the one I'm kind of building as my measurement. But I want to get like 500 before I consider my Kickstarter launch. So if you like the X case and you're interested, follow me on the Facebook page. That's kind of my primary one that I'm using. But I'm going to use all of my social media. When it's time to launch, I'll use them all. So I would like to get to around 200 at least on everything, and 500 on Facebook. And then I'm like, okay, time to launch. Let's see what I can do. Because I think to be successful, I'm going to need probably about 800 people on my Kickstarter campaign. 800 purchasers. Historically speaking, people usually buy about 4 cases per person because it's kind of the best starter configuration is 4. I mean, you can do 2. I have had people buy 1, which is weird. I mean, not very many. Most people won't buy 1 because they know as much as I do that there's really no. It's kind of silly. You only buy 1 if you already have some and you're just looking to expand. But as your first time purchase, doesn't make any sense. Why would you buy 1? I guess if you're just getting started in miniatures, I guess you could. Most people buy 4. 4 is the magical number. And so, based on that rate, and that's not even counting any accessories or anything else, because I'm going to have accessories. I'm going to be selling the big units. I'll be selling a lot of some shelves, things that go inside of it. The big units. The big units are what's going to make this Kickstarter big. It's going to have to be. The cost of the mold is going to be half the price of the Kickstarter, but in order for me to have to make enough product, offset the cost of the mold, and in order to do that, Kickstarter is going to have to be like 110,000. And that's a pretty big Kickstarter. What are you throwing at me? So, X case. No, it used to be called Mage Cage, but it's called the X case. And if you look out there for X case, that's related to anything like mine. I've seen A case, which is Army case. That's new and it's lousy. Okay, so the competition, I've seen almost all the competition. Most of the competition, in fact, none of it is like mine. None of it's both a display and a transport and expandable. So nothing does everything mine does. But Most of them are just like some kind of a box, usually wrapped in a suitcase of some kind. Some of them are styrofoam in the middle. Some of them use metal shells. One uses these metal shells. I think that's the A case. That puts these metal shells in there. You just fill them with figures. And the A case actually came out after mine. They were fairly new. They actually did their thing on a Kickstarter. I think you can go to Kickstarter and look up A case and you'll find them. And I don't know. I didn't think it was that great. But again, people are better marketing than me. So I kind of asked around. I talked to some of these people who have done Kickstarters that have been kind of successful and how they did their videos and all that other fun stuff. And so typically, and it seems to be kind of the standard, those videos, the really nice videos, are usually around $5,000. There's companies that will do them for you. Those nice videos that all the really fancy Kickstarters have. They have these pretty cool videos. Those videos cost like $5,000. Like, wow. I don't have $5,000, man. So think about it. If I do a big marketing campaign and I spend that money that I don't have, and I borrow money to launch my Kickstarter, which sometimes takes money to make money, right? A little bit. That means I got to do a Kickstarter that's going to be like $10,000-$15,000 more than I originally wanted to, just to pay off the marketing costs. So that means I have to do $120,000, $130,000 to cover all the costs. That's a lot. I mean, some guys, Reaper and CMON and all these other companies, they make $3-4 million every time they launch a Kickstarter campaign. Reaper has backed every one of my attempts, both my successes and failures on Kickstarter. They've backed me. They're pretty cool. I like Reaper, man. They're a cool business. Make cool products. They've always been good to me when I go to their conventions. Friendly people work there. So yeah, buy Reaper products. They're cool. I haven't done. I don't really know anybody at CMON, but I've always thought CMON stuff is cool. But they always make millions of dollars. CMON runs Kickstarters that are only 2 weeks long because they don't even bother with the 1 month. Most people do 1 month. CMON, which is Cool Mini or not, does Kickstarters that only run for a couple of weeks, and they make buku bucks, millions of dollars. So the money's out there, and there's a lot of minis being sold because a lot of these minis, $150,000, $250,000. So it's like, no, the minis are out there. So if I can get my cases in the view of the right people, and I have seen some cases on there, so I'll make some good money. And it's never as nice as mine. I'll tell you that in a minute. But and I figured it out. Mine are smaller than a lot of those cases, but they're cheaper because they're smaller. And as expensive as they are, they actually hold. If you get a case that's about the same size as one of their big cases that can hold, say 200 figures, if you put that together, it's going to cost you just maybe even less to buy X cases. So you can get 25 millimeter, about 25 millimeter figures inside of an X case, which is quite a bit. So if you figure you get 4 of those, that's 120 figures. So that's quite a bit. And these foam cases, they're not designed to have things tightly packed in there. So you can't tightly pack your foam cases. They have to give space. You can't have that stuff in between them. This foam is so bad on your minis, especially if you paint them. I'm telling you right now, man, if you paint your minis, foam will rub the paint off. They'll get dull. I don't like it. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself, man. Hey, Bidicus. How you doing, man? Let's see. No, you don't resize the X case. Well, you buy more of them. They attach. See what you see here? This whole thing? You can see that, right? Yeah. Okay. This is 8 cases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so when you buy them, these are connected front to front, so they have a hinge right here. But they also have hinges or little clasps that connect them vertically. They also have little clasps in the back that allows you to connect them in back, so you can make cases that go around in all directions. So you can build it up 3 to 3 by 3. To me, 3 by 3 is about as big. That's comfortable. If you're carrying a lot of paints, I might even just stick with a 4 by 2 or maybe even a 3 by 3, just or 3 by 2, just because paints are heavy. So if you're carrying a lot of paints, or if you're carrying a lot of metal minis, that can get pretty heavy. Now, I would love to do some extra. I've even looked into doing some extra. What do you call it? Accessories like a carrying strap. But see, for that I need to hire me like a design person to help me come up with a good style, a good design for a carrying strap, or maybe just some kind of a wheel case, something you can put them on and carry them kind of like a hand truck, but that maybe will fit and snap onto the cases so that you can carry them around, wheel them around. I don't know, ideas, but no, the only things we have set for sure on the Kickstarter plan are the shelving units that go inside with the drawers and all the cool little configurations. It's expandable modular drawer system, and the big unit, as well as of course more of the small units, and they're all going to be upgraded. These are all ABS. These two here are polycarbonate, and polycarbonate is so much stronger. So we're going to upgrade all the units with polycarbonate. We just said it's good. It's going to cost a little more. They're going to be so much more durable, and they're nice, and they're clear, and they're cool. It's just more expensive for 2 reasons. 1, polycarbonate costs more, and 2, getting it out of the mold is more difficult. It takes a little more effort. And therefore my unit cost. Now, my unit cost was last calculated last year, but things have been crazy lately, so I don't know. When we finally launch this, I'm going to have to get everything repriced to make sure that, hey, what are the costs of doing stuff now? And then they're going to tell me. They say, well, let's see, 2 years ago or a year ago, it was $5 a unit, so this time it'll be $27 a unit. Wow! That'll put an end to it. There won't be no Kickstarter. That they suddenly said, this is 3 times as expensive as it used to be. It's like, holy moly, no, don't you do it? It's not fair. No, I could expect it's going to go up $1 or $2 a unit. Might be 6 or 7. And then I have to do a minimum of $3 a unit, or 3 times. I prefer 4 times. And at 5, I still wasn't going to do 4 times. But I got to do a minimum of 3 times just to be able to make any money off these things. So that's why they'll be a little bit more expensive. My original cost on these units was about my original cases, the Mage cage. I bought the first one, about 8,000 of them, and I sold them almost all of them. I got a couple hundred left. It's only because I don't market them. They cost me $250 a unit. $250. So I was selling them for around $9-10 a unit, which is awesome. So yeah, I sold them. But that was also, things were cheaper back then. Everything was cheaper. But they were only being marketed to HeroClix, and I didn't have any inserts, and they weren't really made up for any of the gajillions of metal minis or any of the minis that exist nowadays. They still work for those, but people don't know that. They think they're only for HeroClix because that's all they were ever marketed for. Now I've got to remarket them. I've got magnetic inserts that go inside, and technically, Mage Cage will hold more minis than these do if you're 25 to 35 millimeter units, which is the most common size figure, but people don't know that. Plus, it kind of spoiled my buyers when I came out with the clear units. Once I came out with the clear units, this got a lot harder to sell the opaque ones. I mean, people still want the opaque ones, just not as many. It's like it went from That's all I had, and people liked them, and they were willing to buy them. But now, like, ooh, the clear one is so cool, man. That's what I want. What do you mean you're having more? I'm not buying those opaque ones. But even with the clear ones, there's a lot of people who prefer the opaque because when they go to tournaments, they don't like people to see their arms. So they would buy like the black or the blue or the other colors. And they would just carry those around instead because they don't want to show them off. So it was time to drop your team down on the table. Ah ha ha! You didn't see this coming, did you? Ah. You have the cases closed because you can close them face to face, so you can't see inside. Plus, the X cases do more. I mean, you can use them for other things. You can display all kinds of stuff. Like I have Hot Wheels. I have Hot Wheel displays up over here and Funko minis. Now, not all Funkos fit in there. Let me tell you right now. Actually, probably only about 10%. This is shorter ones that will fit in there. The standing tall people, not tall people. So the ones that stand tall, the standard size Funkos. But I have a couple Superman figs that fit Superman Funko because they're like down in the crouch fig. But yeah, so don't buy them. I had people wanting to buy them for Funko, and I said, yeah, they won't fit most Funko. Don't do it. And I will tell people that if I know they won't fit, I warn them. I'm not going to have people buying stuff of mine and be unhappy with it. So I try to let people know. If they tell me what they're using it for, and I tell them, no, sometimes they'll buy them from me. Like I do. Yeah, well, I'll use them for the other ones. I'll use them for the ones that do fit. I said, well, I appreciate it, good sir. Thank you for investing in my company, and I'll do my best to hope to be a good service to you. Yeah. I've only ever had compliments from them, but I know that they're not possible to break. The polycarbonate are pretty difficult to break, but with effort and time, they are plastic. And how many things do you know that are plastic that last forever? Huh? Nothing. Plastic, even good plastic, dies eventually. If you mess with it enough, you could probably break it. Polycarbonate will last a long time under normal circumstances, but it's not invincible. So, even the X case, as awesome as it is, and even the polycarbonate ones, will probably break. I think my light is dying. Oh, it's not on. How come nobody told me I didn't turn my light on? Why is it using that headset for the light? Didn't occur to me. What would have been better than try to put red in my silver? Is to put yellow in my silver. That would have been better. Have my silver have a yellowish speck to it because why not? These guys are. This guy is a yellow hue dude. What was that point? Oh, well. Alrighty, let's pull away from the silver for a half moment. So let me show you some of these demons I made. I mean, just so you can see that how I've been color scheming them. Oh. I've been color scheming my heroes, my demons, not letting any of my demons look the same. Let's see here. Other demons that have come along. A couple of them made it into my campaign on Thursday night. Nearly killed them. Dang, adventurers! Dang you! You're killing everybody! My hard work and painting guys, you're killing them all like they just didn't even matter to you. Oh, here we go. Here's a couple other bearded demons that I do. See, that guy's got a reddish one, of course, kind of a classic colored demon there. And this guy went with blue, and then this guy kind of went with a gray, kind of maroon thing going. So yep, I got quite the menagerie of demon colors going on here. Yellow, I need yellow because my beard needs some more yellow. I mean, he's still looking a little browny. I need to get out my matte medium. Scared? I think he's scared off somebody. I'm one of the viewers, by the way. it says I have 2 viewers, but I'm one of them, so I don't know. I know that because my son and it's 7 o'clock. Oh, yep, see, time's almost up. All that time it took me to actually get started. And here I am. I get very little done again. So little time. So little. This matte medium is weird. It bubbles. It comes out as a bubble. Seems like my yellowest color is this color. Amarillo claro. Sun yellow is pretty yellowy. These are better yellow. Sun yellow. Sun yellow. Anybody else want to try to be yellow? I've got actual yellow. Now I have not used the Citadel yellow. Let's try the Citadel yellow. Citadel's supposed to be a good paint, right? I mean, I keep saying, oh, use the Citadel. It's so good. Not everybody says that. Actually, a lot of people really like the ones I use, the Vallejo oil paints. I just don't have a really good yellow that's just yellow. So, actually, I do have a game color yellow, which is pretty good. I thought I did anyway. Game color yellow. There it is. Thing is, this is moon yellow, and it feels. Well, I guess it's pretty much the same. Moon yellow is almost identical to my yellow ink. I mean, once it's painted up, but the ink is so thin, it's like it's meant to be almost like a mixer color. Whispers, I do check whispers. I just don't often check them during the stream. I'm sorry. It's just because I don't have whispers available to me. They don't show up on my. They're not here, but I do check them. It's usually in post. Let's see. You know how I would. Yeah. See, it's not actually on here, so I'm not sure. Yeah. So yeah, I do check them, but not usually during. Just because that means I have to turn around and look to see if I have them, and then go look. So yeah, I will reply. I will check them and reply afterwards. Well, apologize about that. many things going on, you know. Let me see. I'll go see since you mentioned it, but I have to go. Oh, okay. I was like, what are you talking about? um, Generally not here. This is this is a different stream. But it took me a second for that to even register. But I had to go back and read some previous discussions that we've had. I didn't even know what you're referring to, what you could possibly be talking about. So yeah, sorry, it doesn't just not the not a way to do that naturally. Mm-hmm. This guy's got like a weird piece of ear. His ear is touching his shoulder pad in a weird. It's like there's just extra plastic there, and it's kind of bugging me. Okay, well, that's difficult. Hmm. So I guess if I'm looking at my phone at the time, let's see. Because I just discovered. I'm not usually miss those things. I'm not usually looking at my phone the whole time. It has to be on my screen when I check. So I know TDL. You mentioned that was it Nightmare? No, Sandman. I keep calling him Nightmare. I guess they're talking about, even though everybody liked it, that it might not get renewed because it's excessively expensive to make. I guess he said it's gonna have to be like even more successful than it has been to really have a shot at getting a second season. Especially since I guess Netflix has been having financial issues. And I guess it's Netflix. I mean, I don't even know who makes it. So whatever channel it is a little apprehensive to another season. Just reading about it, which kind of I heard it's good, and they want everybody to watch it so that it gets has a chance of being renewed. But on the same, yeah, this is definitely. But on the same piece, it's like I'm afraid to watch it because it's like I don't want to get into a show, like the show, and then they cancel the show. What do you mean, am I back? Back to what? No, I haven't left yet. Oh, I will be gone when you get done, so I'm letting you know that now. I'm already past my goal time. I was actually only going to do this till 6:30, and here I am, 7:10. So I will be gone. So thanks for stopping by, though. Appreciate it, TDL. Spent too much time getting other things ready and playing with Restream, trying to get Restream working, and finding out that Restream doesn't work. And I'm sure I could make it work, but it sounds like probably shouldn't bother. You'd be allowed to use it. Should I ever manage to be at all, even a little bit successful? Yeah, I'm gonna end it. I have to, because it's already 7:10. I told you 7:30 is my shutdown for the night. I like go sit down with my wife, we watch some TV, relax. That makes it so that I can get up energized, ready for my workout in the mornings and get some work done. If I can actually focus on work, which most of the time it can be a little challenging, but you know, I do what I gotta do to keep myself functioning. And I will try to stick. I'm trying to get on more. Just if nothing else, hope that will help build my following. So I will try to get on tomorrow. And try, no promises. I mean, I'm talking about not counting the workout. Workouts I'm getting pretty good at the moment, but because that's the one thing I always do. I've gotten used to figuring out how to. It takes less effort to do a workout stream because, for one, it's just the basic cameras and I don't have to move anything around too much. And it's just me standing in front of the camera. Painting is a little harder to get to because it's an afternoon thing and it means I've got other stuff that might interfere and it does cause issues sometimes. But hey, I appreciate the fact that it matters to you. That you want to watch. That means it can't be all that bad. At least for one person in the world who's willing to watch me attempt to paint some of these guys and hopefully not make them look too janky. I'm stealing your word, janky. All right. Well, probably should call it. I really did say. Hate to say it, but I really must go. Good night, sweetheart. Good night. Because I got to go. Good night, sweetheart. Good night. It's definitely a demonic looking demon, which is the goal, right? He's getting to the point of pretty decentness. Alright, I gotta stop. But I think he looks better. Every little bit helps. Each time he's a little closer to being done. Alright, troops. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate all 3 of my viewers for stopping by and saying hi. Well, 2 people said hi. But anybody else who stopped by and just said, "What are you doing? In your head." Thanks. So hey, if you do stop by, check this out and post. Follow, please. We could use some followers. And check out the X Case. Go to my After Minds Games page on website. Have our website, and we also have a Facebook page. And I put videos up on YouTube. You can go to After Minds Games there and look at all the ways the X Case works. And follow us if you're interested in your own X Cases, because we want to launch our Kickstarter to get some more out into the world. So that's my thing. That's my speech for today. Till next time, take it easy. Bye.